All right, let's talk about a concept that is absolutely vital to the health of any business, big or small. We're diving into corporate liquidity. You can think of it as a company's financial safety net, or its cash cushion.
But first, let me ask you something. Just imagine you had a sudden emergency, a really big one, and you needed a chunk of cash. I don't mean next week, I mean right now. How fast could you actually get your hands on it?
Well, that whole idea, how quickly you can turn something you own into spendable money, that actually has a formal name in the world of finance. We call it liquidity. And it's a concept that sounds simple, but trust me, it has massive implications for even the world's biggest companies.
So what is it exactly? Well, liquidity is all about how easily you can convert an asset into cash without messing up its market price. The key words there are easily and without affecting its price. See, it's not just about selling something off in a panic. It's about getting what it's actually worth and getting it fast.
When you think about assets, they really fall into two main buckets. On one side, you have your liquid assets. This is the stuff that's practically cash already, like actual cash, stocks, and bonds. Then, on the other side, you have the illiquid assets. These are the big, physical things, property, a whole factory, or specialized equipment. Let's make this super personal for a second. Your checking account? That is the perfect example of a liquid asset. You can pull out your debit card, send a wire transfer, hit up an ATM, and boom, you have your cash almost instantly. It's ready to go when you are.
But now, flip that coin. Think about trying to sell a piece of land. That is the complete opposite of liquid. You can't just snap your fingers and have money in your hand. You gotta find a buyer, haggle on the price, deal with mountains of paperwork. That whole process could take months. That delay is exactly what makes it illiquid.
Okay, so we get the difference. Checking account, fast. Selling property, slow. But why is this so incredibly critical for a major corporation? Let's zoom out and look at the big picture of a company's financial health.
You see, for a company, liquidity is like taking its pulse. It's a direct measure of its financial strength. It's about having enough cash on hand to pay the bills that are due right now. We're talking payroll, suppliers, rent. It's also about being resilient, being able to handle a sudden crisis. And maybe most importantly, it's a huge signal to investors about how stable and well-managed that company truly is.
And this all brings us to one final and maybe the most important question of all. Is it possible for a company to be profitable, making money on paper, but still fail because it runs out of cash? The answer is absolutely 100% yes. If all of a company's value is tied up in things like buildings and machinery, it might look great in a report, but it might not be able to make payroll next week. And that's really the bottom line. Liquidity isn't just some boring accounting term, it's about survival.